Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan. I'm with Central Oregon Diving, and I wanted to take a moment and talk to you guys about creating save a dive kits for when you're going out diving. Now there's many varieties of different save a dive kits, and it's really dependent upon what you need it to perform and how you need to save a dive. So there's a couple considerations that you want to make, such as what type of gear do you own? How much do you know about your gear? How remote the place is you're diving? In what repair work can they perform? And how comfortable you are working on your own gear. And so there can be some very simple save a dive kits. You know, if you are just starting out and you own just your basic mask, fins, boots, and snorkel, and everything, your save a dive kit can be as simple as just owning a backup fin strap and a backup mask strap. You don't need anything more than that, because if you're on a dive vacation and your mask strap or one of your fin straps happen to break, you'll still be able to use your equipment because you have that spare stuff, and that's relatively cheap to purchase that extra stuff and everything. You know, and then once you start collecting your own gear, your BCDs, your regulators, your own tanks, now you can start getting a little bit more in depth with your save a dive kit. And with that, again, you can tailor it to how robust you want it to be. If you're very comfortable with working on your gear, or you're not very comfortable working on your gear, you can kind of tailor that. Something you can do is take a simple class. PADI offers a class, and we have it here at the Central Oregon Diving. It's called class is called Equipment and Specialists. And what you're learning in this class is some very basic how-tos on your gear, how to keep it maintained, properly cleaned, how to do some minor repairs, even just learning the basics of how your gear works from the inside out. So that's a good class to look at, especially in the wintertime when you're not able to get in the water. But what you'll learn is what you want in these save a dive kits then from that class, if you own your own gear, is what do you want to have. Some things that I highly recommend are, you know, just backup O-ring kits. And this is a 20-piece O-ring kit. It has a variety of different O-rings in it. Another one is one that actually can make it look like a little scuba tank, and it has a pick to if you need to change out a tank O-ring, and again has a variety of O-rings in it. Other things that you may want to do, especially if you have to take off a hose to change out an O-ring on the end of the hose or anything like that, is have different tools. And there's many different things. You have different kits that have a bunch of different pieces of equipment, such as this one. This guy right here that has a bunch. What's really nice with this one, it does come with zip ties, and I highly recommend carrying zip ties with you. Or you can even get some simple ones. This is a star one, and right here are the different sizes of hoses that you may need to use to unscrew. And then you got your different Allen keys and everything that you may need. Other small, simple ones, like I said, there's a variety. You got this one that's kind of like a multi-tool that's as simple as this to bigger multi-tools. And again, this is something that is very simple for you to go and look for and figure out. So having those multi-purpose tools, so you know how you can take a gear apart to change out any small O-rings out there. Other things that are really nice to have when you start having your other equipment is anything like if that can possibly break. And that could be as simple as gauge clips, extra retractors, octo holders, whatever could possibly break would be something that at some point having a spare with you. Other things, you know, if you know, you should have your battery checked on your dive computer. But if it happens to die on vacation, having a backup battery that you may need for your dive computer would be a good one to make sure in everything. Dive shops in remote places may not have a big stash of batteries or may not know how to change your own batteries on that. Again, stuff to consider when doing that. I would always check if your gear has been sitting for a while to just have a new battery put in before you leave on a dive vacation. Other places may not always know how to work on your own gear too. Make sure you could also have spare batteries for like your dive lights and everything like that out there. Another piece, we're here in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of us dive dry suit. If I'm going to be diving my dry suit, I have user change wrist and neck seals on mine. So if you do have that option with your dry suit, I would always recommend carrying spare wrist and neck seals that have to be able to change. Because if we're up at a lake and I was to rip something right before going in on my first dive, I can quickly change out that seal and not miss a dive. And that's the whole point with these Save a Dive kits, is not missing a dive because something fails. You can get really robust, and if I'm diving locally, I have a full kit that I carry everything in it, including spare hoses, which is more than most people need. But if I'm traveling, I'm just taking some of the basics, my fin strap, my mask strap, out there. And I can put it in just a small, simple dry box. And we have these here at the shop, but we have a variety of sizes. You can go small, you can go a little bit bigger, depending on everything that you want with your Save a Dive kit. So if you have any questions, come in. We'll be more than willing to talk to you about a Save a Dive kit, help you put one together for your own purposes. And the big thing is knowing what you have and how to be able to work your gear. So like I mentioned before, some simple repairs can be very easy to do. And if you do go to want to learn them, or you just want to learn more about how your gear works, I recommend taking the equipment specialist class in everything. So hope to see you in the shop, and have a good day.